Hey, what's up, listener? Thank you for pressing play on this episode. Hanging out with us this week on the Jock and Nerd Podcast is the geekiest independent hip-hop artist out there, Mike Ripz. As Anthony breaks down the recent Conor MeGregor incident, the Stan Lee situation gets weird and more depressing. We give our prediction for the opening weekend box office domestic tally for Avengers Infinity War and react to the latest trailer for the Han Solo movie. Plus, we preview a few tracks off Mike Ripz's new album, and he even spit some bars a cappella for us.
Geek boner.
All that and more in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, April 12th, 2018.
Check one. All right, this is really fans out there. Let's give it up. We jockin', we nerdin', we funny, disturbing. We jockin', we nerdin', we spoiler alert. Oh yeah, we jockin', we nerdin', we funny, disturbing. Oh yeah, I'm jockin', we nerdin'.
That's right, listener. We jockin', we nerdin'. What's up? Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Jock and Nerd.
My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy over there. Good Earth to your rugs. What's up?
What's up, motherfuckers? I'm drinking.
Oh, snap. It's going to be one of those shows.
Hey,
and
cheers, bub.
Cheer. Oh, Anthony's drinking too.
You have a drink, Anthony?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Imran,
shit.
do you have a drink?
I do not, but I
Good.
feel the show is going to be wild enough because joining us, very special guest for this episode, he is the host of the Ranchulas podcast. He is a huge comic book fan and writer and an independent hip-hop artist. It's the return of Mike Ripz. What's up, Mike? How you doing?
Oh, yeah. What up, y'all?
The first thing I thought of was the song Return of the Mac, but just throw in the Mike
return.
Ripz.
Oh, my God. That's my record right there. Return of the...
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Craig Mack just died too, I believe,
Did he?
right? Like recently.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Rest in peace.
Probably, yeah, but the Return of the Mac is the, what's it called? Like the R&B thing.
Yes.
Mark Morrison.
That's
Mike
who it
Morris.
is. That's a classic. I've confused a dead guy with another R&B song. It's a perfect start to the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Imran, wrong again.
Yes, I'm always wrong. Look, Mike's making his second appearance, Mike Ripz, on the show for the collector out
That's
there.
not worth as much as the first appearance.
No,
That's actually worth nothing.
Exactly.
this one maybe. It depends what happens. It depends who makes a cameo. But Mike Ripz' first appearance, Jock and Nerd episode 181, way back in August of 2017. And Mike, if you don't remember, I'm going to refresh your memory. This is the very first thing you said when you came on the show. That's a clip. I pulled.
That's where that came from. Okay.
Yeah, you're known for that. We always quote you.
Yeah, I try to quote. I don't have it accurate down pat, but I try to quote.
Anthony does it pretty good, though.
From there from time to time.
Wait, really quick. Anthony, where are you from? Are you from Chicago as well? I'm sorry. I'm blowing up the spot.
I listened to the last show you were on, Mr. Ripz, so I know that you like to
Mr.
take
Ripz.
things a certain way. So I'm ready for this. I'm from Chicago as well. So word.
No.
Midwest, born and raised.
He's a Cub fan.
I love
all that.
Chicago, and I love
all
the
that
Midwest,
shit.
Ohio, Detroit, all that.
No, Chicago is better than Ohio. I'll tell you that much. I don't know why you would
The
go to
city
Ohio.
is better than the whole state.
Well, absolutely. Chicago is the best out of all of them.
Mike Ripz is here because you got a new album dropping, Mike. When does this album come out, and what is it called?
It comes out on 4/20 next Friday, April 20th.
I like that date.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that day, just all the people that smoke marijuana, they can enjoy, you know?
Absolutely.
They can listen to the album, spark one up.
Never heard of it. 420? Is that a day to do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Anthony.
Okay.
Of course not.
Sorry.
I could do a whole podcast episode on 420. There's so much there. What's the album called?
It's called Mint Condition Special Edition.
Special edition. And where would we be able to find it when it comes out?
It's going to be available everywhere. iTunes,
Yeah.
Spotify. It's going to be on SoundCloud.
Right on,
It's going to be
right
on
on.
Bandcamp. It's going to be all over, all digital platforms. And I'll probably put the whole thing on like YouTube too, because For some reason, that's the way a lot of people consume music, including myself.
I used to do that too, and then I was like, "Why am I doing this? I can't look at other things on my phone while I'm playing YouTube."
No, you can't. It doesn't play in the background. It's annoying.
Unless you get the YouTube Red.
I need that Red, but I'm doing that Spotify thing. So
look, that's how people discover music. So it behooves you, if you're making digital content like a podcast or music, it should be everywhere. Because you don't know where people hang out. Some people only hang out here, hang out there. For the new listener, if you're new to the show, it's very important to check the show notes at our website for every episode, because it will have links to everything we talk about. And you can find the show notes for this show, jockandnerd.com/216. It also has links on how to subscribe to the show, so you never miss a show. And one announcement before Mike Ripz, I can't wait. You're going to hang out, do some geek news with us. We chop it up with us. And then we're going to get into your album a little bit. And I got some listener email, and there may be a special surprise for the listener later on. You never know. Stay tuned. But before we get to that, we are giving all our listeners a free month of Stitcher Premium just for our listeners.
Never heard of this.
No, it is a premium Stitcher's premium content with hundreds of thousands of awesome shows. All you got to do is go to Stitcher.com/premium. Use the promo code NERD. It is the only place you will find.
Don't use Marvel.
Don't use Marvel or any other promo code.
Nerd, you son of a bitch.
It's the only place you can listen to Marvel's first audio drama podcast, Wolverine: The Long Night. It's really good.
If you haven't done it yet, you're kind of a dick.
I'm kind of a dick on that note. Like, since you've been talking about that, I'm bugging about it.
Are you a fan of Wolverine? Who doesn't like Wolverine?
I mean, absolutely and obviously, but like, what's it called? That idea of the audio drama, like the old radio show, and you said it's basically like an audiobook comic book.
Absolutely. And in my head, when I listen to this, it's the audio production is so fantastic. Like in my head, it goes from a movie to like comic book panels back to like a movie. Like it makes a weird thing, multimedia in my head. Your imagination goes crazy. It's a fucking great show. Everyone should check it out. And also, I just listened to Fat Man on Batman. Kevin Smith announced Smodco has made a deal with Stitcher Premium for all their back catalog. So he's going to have new shows up for 6 months. Everything before that will be available on Stitcher Premium. Just another reason to sign up right now. Use the promo code NERD. You get a free month. Jock and Nerd.
Wait.
Right on. All right, let's get to the news, you motherfucker.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
You want to get in touch with the show, you got to visit our website, jockandnerd.com/contact. You can follow us on Twitter, like our Facebook page, send us your voice, send us an email, and join our awesome Facebook group called the Jock and Nerd Nation. I'm not doing the leaderboard this week because it's the same fucking people.
Yeah, fuck all y'all.
Guess who's number one?
It's Jess Rivera again.
Exactly.
All y'all.
Fuck all y'all. Jess Rivera, still number one. But I do want to shout out to our buddy, Dr. Adam Morris, PhD, the official science guy of the podcast. If you heard last episode, if you haven't, check it out. We did the science of Aquaman, and Adam broke down like aquatic mammals, the evolution, the real Atlantis. And I want to shout out, he posted on our Facebook group a lovely pencil drawing of what appears to be a vagina from a Japanese anime.
Oh, shit.
Or it's a squid.
It looks like hentai porn or something.
Or you know what? Yeah.
No?
Tentacle porn.
It's a squid. I think he drew a squid.
Utsuki Dogi or something, whatever. I don't know. What was the name of that porn? I don't know.
I liked Jordan Radford's comment. She was like, that does not look like my uterus at all.
No. I said that's an alien. But dude, squids are fucking weird and crazy and a little frightening.
I love them. And squids are fucking awesome. And they taste delicious.
They do taste yummy. I love a good calamar.
Calamari
Good
is
calamar,
fucking
grilled calamar.
Fucking calamar.
Anybody see the trailer for that movie Meg with Jason Statham with the giant
shark?
Yeah, there's a giant squid attacking the fucking shark in this movie. It made me think of Adam Morris. That movie does not.
Anytime I see water, I think of Adam Morris.
Yeah, now anytime water and Adam Morris and Aquaman will all be associated.
Or polar bears and Adam Morris.
He studies polar bears in the Arctic. The man is a wild guy. All right, look, we're going to start with some jock news. Anthony.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened with Conor McGregor? For the nerds like me who don't know what's going on, give us a quick rundown, and what's your hot take on this shit?
What happened? Conor McGregor went nuts. That's what happened.
What? Okay.
Basically, there was a fight in Brooklyn, a UFC fight, 223 in Brooklyn. It was Khabib Nurmagomedov. Try spelling that. He was in the main event. He's fighting for the lightweight title that Conor is not defending, so he's now relinquished it. And basically, Khabib and Conor have had beef for a while. Khabib confronted one of Conor's teammates earlier in the week, and Conor did not like that, so decided to rally up a posse of like 20, 30 people and attack a bus that Khabib was on, threw like a dolly through the window.
It was more than a dolly. It was one of those metal stanchions.
That didn't make it through. But he happened to injure a few fighters, and he's in a lot of deep shit with New York. So,
and then he turned himself in.
Yeah, he went to jail for a day. I mean, he's just going to spend a lot of money on settlements.
You know what? I have actual audio from the fight. I believe this was taken from the incident.
Yes. I see that you know your judo well.
I think that was a quote from Conor McGregor.
Yes.
The Irish accent is different now.
Yeah, it sounds different when you're in Brooklyn inside of a car garage.
What the fuck? Mike Ripz, you a Conor McGregor fan? What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Why would you do this?
It was funny the day that happened. Like, I went to sleep early that night. It was literally a week ago. It was last Thursday.
Yeah.
So what's it called? Like, I woke up in the morning, had to go to work early, and I turn on like the local news radio, and they're like, "Oh, last night at the Barclays Center, Conor McGregor lost his mind and got arrested for assault." And I was like, "What?"
Jesus.
So then, of course, I saw the video with the tray that you bring at a Comic-Con to bring all your comic books to the table. You know what I mean?
So I thought a couple of things were weird. One, Dana White said something like, "This is the most disgusting thing that's ever happened." But then the next day he was like, "We're cool. We talked."
You want to know why?
That was a little, yes.
I see you have on here publicity stunt. No, it's not a publicity stunt.
No. Okay.
You had 3 fights canceled because of this. So 6 fighters didn't get any.
Yeah, lost a lot of money.
You have 2 fighters. One guy had glass in his eye.
Let me jump in here real quick. Anthony, do you think that? I agree with you to some extent, publicity stunt, right? But I'm saying, do you think it might have been a publicity stunt that went a little too far?
It might have. I don't think it was planned. Here's the thing. I don't think it was planned, but I don't think Dana White is all that mad about it either.
No, hell no.
He likes the attention.
Because he's got to say that when he's like, "Oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened." It is like a bad thing. So he had to say that. But the next day he's like, "It's okay." Because this, if anything, this Conor Khabib thing has been brewing for about 1.5 years. This only adds to that fucking excitement. So Conor's going to pay probably $1 million worth in fines and like legal fees.
Lawyer.
But he's probably
going to get sued out the ass. He's going to get
sued, but he's going to make $20 million after this. So he's like, this is worth it.
Wait, $20 million to fight Khabib? Or are you talking about the other fight that I want to ask you guys about the other fight? You know what I mean by that?
Mayweather?
Yeah. Well, did you see that? I'm sure you saw the article this week about where if they fight the modified rules.
Yeah, Dana White came out and said, that's not happening.
I saw that he came out and debunked it immediately.
I think he's building towards the Khabib thing because I think Conor's like, I don't think Floyd's actually going to fight in MMA. So
this is like a way to shift gears.
Yeah. So to Khabib, and it's Khabib is the name that everyone wants him to fight. So if anything, that's the fight that's going to happen eventually.
They were trying to get Mayweather to fight MMA with Conor?
That's been the rumor for like 2 months now.
Mayweather's quoted as saying if he ever fights again, it'll be for the UFC.
It'll be on his turf.
No, it'll be for the UFC.
Oh, for the UFC. Whoa. So should Conor get fired for this? Isn't any other
person would get fired, but this is combat sports. And if you make someone a ton of money, you kind of got a longer leash.
Damn,
you can do whatever you want when you're rich like that.
So you're saying, Anthony, without a doubt, that Conor's not going anywhere. He's just going to pay some people off, and he's going to be fine.
I think he's going to pay a lot of things off. The only thing I read online was that his work visa might be in jeopardy, but I think he'll find some way to get out of that. He hired literally one of the best lawyers in the world to help him.
Jose Baez?
I don't think no, not to him. Not him.
You know who that is?
No, you didn't hire that guy.
Who's that?
He's the dude who was Aaron Hernandez's lawyer. He was also Casey Anthony's lawyer.
Yeah, no, he didn't hire him. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy's out of his mind.
He's like the Grim Reaper.
Oh shit! Yeah, that. Yeah. Damn. All right. Well, there's the Conor McGregor.
Any other guy would get fired.
Yeah. Right.
But there's even stuff that came out today where Conor was photographed with like 2 Irish gangsters that have like 60 different things going against him.
Oh wow,
including like
beating up a man.
I gotta ask you a question. Yeah.
Son, because I saw this on not First Take, Undisputed, the other show on FS1. Skip Bayless told this story. I don't know if this is true, and maybe you could verify this, Anthony. Listen, right?
Yep.
He said that, what's it called? Conor McGregor was at a pub in Dublin somewhere and was getting wasted, chilling with his crew or whatever. And then there was some older guy that was like an Irish gangster, Irish mafia guy. I don't know how it works there.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So they're chilling. And I guess Conor has beef with the Irish gangster dude's son or something like that. And supposedly Conor punched the dude in the face and broke his nose. And it's an Irish, high ranking Irish. It's like, that's not, how is that true?
That was the rumor for a while, that he had pissed off someone in the Irish, I think it's the cartel or whatever it's called,
or whatever, yeah.
And there was a hit out on him to kill him.
Fuck. Jesus.
I don't know if that's true.
This would make
not.
a great movie.
I think if it's true, he's got enough money to protect himself for now. But it's a good story.
Yeah, that would make I want to see it on the big screen. Somebody make that movie happen.
I mean, I could see. Here's the thing about Conor, because I've watched him since he first got in the UFC. It would not surprise me if he's gotten to the point where he thinks he's untouchable.
Yeah, he just doesn't give a fuck.
Where he thinks he's untouchable.
He's gonna go too far. He will go too far.
I mean, he's a poor kid that got rich very, very quickly.
No, he's gonna kill a motherfucker in the ring for the title match. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, it does make it exciting.
It does. It does.
All his stuff that he did over the past, last week, is all signs of someone that's like just doesn't give a fuck. Number one, is basically too rich for their own good, and is probably doing a shit ton of cocaine.
You like to watch the climb.
True.
Yeah.
You like to watch the climb, and you like to watch them implode. Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, and if they're drug testing him in Dublin and Ireland, like they're gonna see the blow and be like, "Oh, you're good. You're good."
Yeah.
Well, technically, even like UFC has like very stringent drug testing right now.
Yeah.
Cocaine is not illegal. The only time you can't do cocaine is within 48 hours of a fight.
So you could do it outside of fighting.
You could do it recreationally as much as you fucking want.
And
John Bones, our boy Bones.
John Jones got it came out that he did cocaine, but he wasn't penalized for it because it's not illegal. You can do cocaine.
Let's all do
as long as
cocaine.
it's not in competition. So we should all do
where's
some
it at?
cocaine. Let's get that nose candy in here.
I was gonna say, imagine if we all like actually had coke and we all took a bump at once while we were doing the podcast.
Oh my God, Imran would be talking faster than ever, and he talks quickly now.
I would immediately explode.
Oh shit.
Okay, we're gonna move on from one guy with a crazy fucked up story to another person with a crazy fucked up story. This time it's about the granddaddy of comics, Stan Lee. We've been following his situation for a couple of weeks, and man, it's getting weirder and weirder. Mike Ripz, you been following any of this Stan Lee shit at all?
Wait, what, that he's sick?
Well, it started with his pneumonia. There's a lot more going on.
I saw that, and I bugged out because I know it's coming, but when it happened, like, have you guys, who's met him? Who's met him before in this room?
I have not. I've not ever actually met him. Yeah.
I've been in his proximity, but I haven't actually met him.
We gave him Highwayman.
Oh shit! Your comic book, nice.
Yeah.
So you've met Stan Lee?
I met him a long time ago. Back, it must have been 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011. I met him in Baltimore when they did the Baltimore Comic Con. Anyway, keep going.
So the story so far, the man is 95. You know, he just lost his wife, Joni. There's been rumors of elder abuse. His daughter, JC, who's 67, she's his sole heir. She never married. There's no other leads. There's issues with her. And then his bodyguards, his in-home care, elder abuse. Here's what's been going on. So Todd McFarlane posts to Facebook, late March, he went to visit Stan Lee. And so he was like, look, everybody's asking, how is Stan Lee? He pretty much says, like, Stan Lee was in good spirits and everything was fine. And he ends with, he goes, I saw a 95-year-old friend. And for me, at last, that was comforting. So, you know, I felt a little bit better. Okay, Stan's doing a little bit better, but then
I got a live update from my friend, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, no, I got that update too. Then Silicon Valley Con, he actually makes an appearance. He's doing a signing there where Chris Sotelo, right, Anthony, your buddy, who's
been on the show
way back in year 1, episode 39.
Yeah, he took a picture with him. There's a picture in the show notes.
I'll put it. And how does he look to you guys in this photo?
Well, as Chris mentioned. When he messaged us, because we were like, "Oh, that's Stan Lee." He's like, "Yeah, he doesn't look good in person at all. He looks like he quoted, not long for this world."
Jesus. I mean, he's sitting down in this photo, so clearly he probably didn't stand up for these photos. He's in a wheelchair being pushed around. The problem is the people that he's around him. So I will put this other link from Bleeding Cool. During the Silicon Valley Comic-Con, somebody caught on video his one guy telling Stan how to spell his name. You could hear it clearly. He's going, right, Stan Lee, Stanlee. And Stan signing, and they were told not to talk to him. He did not look good. That fucking video is shocking. Then The Hollywood Reporter, I'll put this link. This is an amazing feature article. Headline, Stan Lee needs a hero, elder abuse claims, and a battle over the aging Marvel creator. Thorough article detailing all the shit that's been going on. And it's not just, it's a whole bunch of things. It's his daughter versus him versus his manager versus this other guy, people vying for the spot for his empire when he eventually leaves. The problem is Joni was the amazing buffer. She handled the daughter better than Stan did, and Stan admittedly does not make good business decisions. Joni was the one who would always kind of protect him. Now that Joni's out of the picture, things are deteriorating at a fast rate. Now, here's what happened today. This Hollywood Reporter article causes Stan to actually leave a video response. It's a minute and a half. It's worth listening to the whole thing because it's quite wild. It's quite crazy what he's saying. And this is from TMZ exclusive posted today. Here is from Stan's mouth himself.
I'm bugging right now.
Hi, this is Stan Lee, and I'm calling on behalf of myself and my friend Kia Morgan. Now, you people have been publishing the most hateful, harmful material about me and about my friend Kia and some others. Material which is totally incorrect, totally based on slander, totally the type of thing that I'm going to sue your ass off when I get a chance. You have been accusing me and my friends of doing things that are so unrealistic or unbelievable that I don't know what to say. It's as though you suddenly have a personal vendetta against me and against the people I work with. Well, I want you to know I'm going to spend every penny I have to put a stop to this and to make you sorry that you've suddenly gone on a one-man campaign against somebody with no proof, no evidence, no anything, but you've decided that people are mistreating me and therefore you're going to publish those articles. I'm going to get the best and most expensive lawyers I can, and I want you to know if you don't stop these articles and publish retractions, I am going to sue your ass off.
Who is he talking to?
Jesus Christ.
Who is he talking to? Who's you?
I'm really confused. So Kia Morgan, the video says, video by Kia Morgan. I'm really confused because I don't trust this Kia Morgan guy. He's the guy in the other video that was telling Stan how to sign his name. I think he means like the Hollywood Reporter. Reporter that wrote. But Kia, it's possible that these people are telling him to say this. I don't know. This is so fucking weird. I don't know what's going on.
I've never heard him sound like that.
Right? He said ass. He swore.
He sounds legitimately angry.
It's a clone of Stan Lee.
What do you guys think is going on? This is crazy.
Y'all got this.
All right, somebody start, and I got a lot to say about this.
No, let Mike, you're the guest. You go first.
Well, first of all, number one, when I saw him in 2011, he did not look healthy from the jump.
Wow.
I was in Baltimore at the Harvey Awards, and we went to some kind of dinner, and he was there. And he looked not terrible. He looked like my grandmother, who was 95 at the time, right? Yeah. So then next time I see him is it was in Boston. Last time I talked to you guys, actually, in August, right?
Yeah, that was August.
He was at that thing, right? And he was real, like, elusive and enigmatic. You know what I mean? Like, he did not, like he was very to himself. And that's when we gave him Highwayman. The dude who drew it, Rich, went and saw him.
Okay.
But hearing him say all that shit, like, it sounds like, I mean, what is it? Like, well, like, it sounds like fake news. Is he sounding like this guy? I mean, am I crazy?
You read that Hollywood Reporter article that Kia Morgan is in it, and it looks like all these people. So Kia Morgan, why I don't trust him, there's something about the movie rights to Stan's life that he's trying to position to get. The minute Stan dies, he's making a fucking biopic. These people are shady. Wow. They have like criminal records, but it's so
what is it? Wait, let me just say that. Is he saying that all this stuff? So no, he's basically arguing no one's taking advantage of me. I'm not.
He's denying the elder abuse.
Right,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying that these. But look, this is what I've learned from life is basically when a guy who has lots of money is like entering the era where he might possibly kick the bucket in a few years, the vulture starts circling, the manipulation begins, all of these things happen. I'm not saying that if he can't write his own name, he might not be in the best state of mind.
Why is he still going to conventions? I feel like they are forcing him to make cash because there was also other stories that there was a long line, but then there was a cash line that you could jump to the front if you had cash. Otherwise, you have to wait in line to get your shit signed. He should not even be going to conventions to sign anything at 95. Why hasn't he retired from this?
It's just one of those things that we don't really know all the facts, but the fact that that he couldn't write his name, he had needed someone to advise him, and that he's sitting down and he's not really. Shouldn't be even at conventions. Like he should not really even need this money. I don't know why he needs this money at this point. Maybe it's because people are liquidating his assets or something. I mean, you saw the articles of people like writing checks and taking money out of his account. So he's probably getting drained and fleeced all over the place. I feel bad for this guy, and I feel bad that his daughter's a piece of shit.
She is a little bit a piece of shit. She has bad spending habits. She's never gotten along with Stan. There was rumors of her like actually pushing him against the wall.
And there's no legacy. Like she doesn't have any.
She never got married. She's unmarried. That's it. Once he dies, she dies. That's it for the Lees. For the whole this man. It's so sad. This man, it's Leibowitz, I believe is his real name, Stan Leibowitz.
Oh, I thought it was Lieber.
Maybe it's Lieber. But look, what we're getting we saw Black Panther made $1.2 billion. Avengers Infinity War. We would have none of this if it wasn't for this guy, despite what he's done.
Wait. Hold up. This is the thing I wanted to bring up too. Have you ever heard Alan Moore talk about fucking Stan?
No.
I'm sure it's not good.
Yeah, I'm sure he goes off on him. What does he say?
He says, he basically does the thing where you've heard this before, I'm sure, where he's like, Jack drew all of it, and then Stan just fills in the bubbles, blah, blah, which I don't agree. I don't agree with that position, by the way. If you actually do the research, that's not technically accurate.
Look, there's no one disputing that Jack Kirby doesn't have a huge impact and is probably a co-creator and probably the mother. They're both a couple in this situation.
And despite the fact that Stan didn't give him proper writing credit, look, both of them created this. He's created things that have lasted 60, 70 years and in 100 years. The listener in 2118 that is listening to this now, there's probably still Spider-Man movies and Captain America movies. I'm telling you, these characters will be around.
He created Zeus and Hercules in less time.
Yep.
This was my beef with Alan Moore on that note, was that it's like Stan created the things, Jack Kirby drew them, and then Stan, whatever you want to say, fill in the bubbles, whatever they want to say, right? It's like, regardless, Stan definitely made Iron Man. I'm sorry. Yeah, Iron Man. He definitely made Spider-Man. He definitely made Hulk. He came up with the character, and then Kirby drew it, and then Stan filled in the bubbles.
Fantastic Four, Namor, Captain America.
Exactly. And then what's it called? Alan Moore's argument is that Kirby kind of made the stories, I guess.
And we agree with that.
Yes.
I think we agree that Jack Kirby is super influential and is a huge part, and he should get his due. But he's not alive now. Only Stan Lee is alive. Yeah. We already basically what happened to Jack Kirby's legacy. We already know. It's already been determined. Now, what's going to happen to Stan Lee's legacy? That's even more of an important question, because where does it go? Who's the person that's going to take all of this stuff and all of this guy's legacy, and how are they going to handle it?
He's pretty much divested from Marvel is the one thing, because he was not smart about that Marvel deal. He took $10 million. And I think they just give him $1 million a year and walked away. He technically doesn't get any more money from the Marvel. So Marvel will still continue with all this stuff, but he has IP that he owns.
Right.
You know, who's going to take that over? It's going to be this Kia Morgan or one of these dudes that are hanging around him.
Or the right to his image, the right to him as a character.
Exactly. And that's what these guys, Kia Morgan, Alvarez, JC, his daughter, this is what these people are fighting over right now, is who gets the right to keep Stanley.com going.
I guarantee you, the minute that the Stanley movie comes out about his life, that's going to be huge. That's going to be and Bryan Cranston better fucking play it.
They're gonna, and whoever ends up winning this battle for his fucking life rights.
Who would be a better Stanley than fucking Cranston?
Cranston is perfect, or Mark Maron.
Well, I love Maron, but he can't act like Cranston.
Right. No, Cranston's a way better actor.
Cranston will destroy this movie.
Oh, he'll be so good. Who'd you get for Jack Kirby? You get like you need like a small tough guy to play Jack Kirby.
What's his name? The guy that played Bane, but when he shrunk down, Tom Hardy
as
but
Jack
make him
Kirby.
look like mad decrepit and shit, which he can do. He can do that
yes,
shit.
Yes, he can.
I was gonna say the guy from Ray Donovan who plays Ray Donovan's brother with the fucking fucked up arm.
I don't watch the Ray Donovan.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, wait, is it Dash Myhawk? I know he's on that.
No, not Dash Mihawk. I'm talking about the other guy that plays the other brother, the older brother. That's kind of he's got like a weird twitch. He's the perfect Jack Kirby.
Dash Me Off and his brother Jack Me Off. They're both great actors. All right, look, let's move on. I want to talk about Black Panther box office for a little bit.
Stuff that's not as depressing.
I know that's a bummer, but this is really important. What's going on to Stanley? Mike Ripz, you seen the Black Panther?
Oh yeah, and me and my wife both enjoyed it heavily. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very well done. There was a lot of hype around it for whatever reason. But it was excellent.
I think it got near to, what the hype was. Checking in on the box office, it keeps breaking more records. We got more records that broke. So far, domestically, this movie's made $667 million. Wow. Worldwide, $1.3 billion.
Oh, shit.
$1.3 billion, making this the third highest domestic movie of all time. It beat out Avatar. And Titanic, not Avatar, sorry, Titanic. It's beat out Titanic and become the third highest grossing U.S. theatrical release. However, because of inflation, Titanic did sell more tickets. Black Panther has made more money. I thought that was interesting. And then this story I thought was great. If the listener doesn't know, in Saudi Arabia, they have a lot of repressive laws, right? That's Saudi Arabia. It is a Muslim-run country. I've been there. I can tell you, I was there over one Ramadan, and it was wild. Very interesting country. But there's a new prince in town, and he's been trying to get a little more progressive. Women can drive now. So it's a plus for the Saudis. Women
He's gonna get hookers to your place.
Now you can get hookers to your place. Women can attend soccer games. Soccer games they can go to. Another win. And now they are going to open the first movie theater in Saudi Arabia in 35 years. On April 18th, there was a 35-year ban.
When they see that these female warriors are fucking shit up.
And Black Panther is going to be the first movie to be showed in Saudi Arabia after a 35-year ban on cinemas.
Oh, shit.
That's nuts. Good for them. I know as I went there's nothing to do but eat and shop. Like there's no bars. There was no movie theaters. It's really quite weird and wild. You just have to spend time with your family and eat. That's all there is to do.
Sounds miserable.
It does. Yeah. It's not at least. I'm shocked that they are allowing movie theaters in Saudi Arabia, and it's awesome that Black Panther is the first one. It's gonna make even more money.
Do you spend lots of time with your family, Imran?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, you should have been there. There you go.
Yeah. I am the worst Eastern person. Because Eastern culture, the kids grow up with their family and then they get married and they live there. They take care of the parents. Not me. I got to fuck out of there.
Why did Saudi open this up to people?
Because it's this it's one of the princes. He started by arresting the really old progressive old guard princes,
so he's like a more moderate prince.
Yes. He's trying to reverse their look and their how people view them, trying to be a little bit more progressive, and all these human rights things for women. He's trying to soften that. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm interested to see how the people in Saudi take this, but man, I can't imagine the reaction.
I predict a coup d'etat.
Eventually, it's going to cycle back to they're trying to be a little more secular, less religious,
which would be good for everyone.
Yes, that's always good. More secular. Separate that good and bad. Mike Ripz, how excited are you for Infinity War? Have you bought your ticket yet?
No, I have not. So it means I'm not watching it for 3 weeks, basically.
Probably,
you're done,
yes,
bro.
probably.
I was going to say, no, because, by the way, this
Holy
happened to me
shit.
twice.
Yeah.
I tried to watch
Oh, no.
Wonder Woman the first weekend. I think actually this might have happened twice where we tried to go and it was sold out.
You
Wonder Woman.
You don't learn your fucking lesson.
And then there was another one. It wasn't Logan. It was a newer one that came out. It was Black Panther. It was fucking Black Panther. That once ago, we tried to go one weekend and it was sold out. It had already been out for 2 weeks. Like I saw it a month after it came out.
It was still sold out. You might be shit out of luck for this one because they're tracking for a huge $200 million opening in the U.S. Not only that, it is selling twice as many tickets as Black Panther on Fandango, and it is outpacing pre-sales of the last 7 MCU movies combined.
Geek Boner.
Wow.
Like the world's gonna end when this movie comes
When
out.
this movie
that's
drops.
unbelievable
Yes.
that it's outpacing the last 7
Yeah.
movies
Isn't that
combined.
crazy?
Like when we just talked about how much of a huge fucking miracle Black Panther is,
Right?
and this is like doubling
I
it.
mean, this is blowing that out of the water.
Yeah.
I feel like Black Panther was unexpected.
It was very-
level,
it was.
how big it blew up.
Yep, they didn't. I don't think they saw that coming. And this is the lead into this is gonna. This movie. I don't know if you
Well,
can
what
make
they're
a bigger
doing
movie.
too is with those trailers.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of the trailers. Basically, there's been a ton of focus on this being another Black Panther.
on Wakanda.
Almost. Yeah, it's set in Wakanda. Like a lot of the promos have, like you would have not thought for sure Black Panther be in the promos, but they're really featuring like Shuri and
Yeah.
Okoye. It's
Yeah.
like, oh wait, you loved Black Panther, dude.
Here's some
Black
more.
Panther more
1.5.
Black Panther right here with
Yeah.
everyone else.
Dude, it's crazy because you watch all the spots and it's they keep showing you the same kind of things, and I think it's amazing that we still don't know really what the plot of this movie is or what it's about or where it's going to end, what the name of the next Avengers movie is.
Well,
Will
do you
that
have
be
what
a
they've
reveal?
been doing?
Yeah.
They've been doing these like showings for critics and stuff, but they're not showing them the full
The
movie.
whole movie.
They're
Yes,
showing
I
them like
heard about that.
20-minute segments.
Wow. So the first time the whole movie will be seen by anyone will be the world premiere Monday, April 23rd. The review embargo lifts the next day, Tuesday, April 24th, just 3 days before the movie comes out.
There's also stuff that they haven't even shown the actors and actresses the movie.
They're really going hard to stop spoilers.
Yeah.
And I think it's working. Like 3 days before the movie comes out, this is nuts. This is going to be crazy.
I like this better than when I can fucking read a review 2 weeks out and be like, okay, I'm not hyped anymore.
I do. I like this hype builds to just days before the movie. This is going to be really interesting how it plays out.
This is like the Sting. It's tantric movies.
Yes, they just hold it as long
It's like
as they can.
tantric sex. They just withhold. No one's jizzing in this movie. No one jizzes until they say you jizz. All right, that's it. No one gets to splooge about this movie until it comes out.
Marvel has control of my dick.
Get your hand off my penis!
They can
Absolutely.
take all my fucking money. So, with all that being said, with the hype as big as it is, let's go around the room, fellas. I want to know, what is your prediction? What do you think this movie opens to domestically? Give me a number.
Number wise, like the first weekend.
Opening weekend, what does it make? Rug
Oh
boy,
my God,
US,
okay.
go.
Mike, you go first.
You mean domestically just U.S. or U.S., Mexico, Canada?
No, domestic opening weekend tally.
Just U.S.
Just U.S. What does it make?
218 million.
Okay, that's an
208.
interesting
Oh, he
number.
threw out a fucking
threw out a
number.
Very
All right.
precise. Yeah, very specific number.
That's a really solid number, Mike Ripz. I respect.
That's what I think it'll make.
For reference, opening weekend Black Panther was 202.
202. So it should make more than
Exactly.
that, right? Okay, Ruggs, what do you think?
Rip's coming in hot with that one.
coming in hot. You'll be-
I'm going to go a little bit over Rip's. I'm going to go 220.
Damn, all right. Anthony, what do you think?
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go 250.
Oh, shit.
I was gonna say 240. I was in my mind. I was like, he's saying 240.
So I was thinking 250 also. Now, Ruggs, you saw the hype coming in. You were the closest to predict the Black Panther box office when we did that before the movie launched. And you were saying 220.
Wait, here's another reference.
Yeah.
Star Wars Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's like
Similar amount of hype.
Yeah.
248.
248. Okay. It may
Oh, boy.
shit.
All right.
It may beat Force Awakens. That's a hard number.
I'm thinking it's going to be.
Yeah, but that was the first Star Wars movie in a while.
But this,
I know. That's the most accurate comparison.
This is 10 years in the making. People who don't watch MCU movies are going to come out and see this. This can be 250 opening.
250, if they do 250, if they clear like well over 250, that's the best opening ever of all time, right? Isn't it?
It would be.
It would be.
It would
beyond.
It would beat Force Awakens. Well, we're 2 weeks away, man. We're under 2 weeks away. We'll find out. Holy shit, it's gonna be nuts.
I'm being conservative here at 220.
How do you feel the hype is compared to Black Panther? You are the hype meter.
I don't know. Like, as far as hype for Infinity War, I feel like that, like, it's my own internal hype that's pumping me. Right. Like Black Panther had to hype me up. Like, I was like separated, and I had to be like hyped up, like kind of like almost like someone had to do it for me. I'm already hyped for Infinity War. Yeah. It's already in me. It's already in me to be hyped for it, because I'm like, all right, this shit's gonna fucking be amazing. Like, this is like something on a scale that we've never seen before. All of these characters, all this shit they've built up for 10 years. This has never happened before, where they've been like, we're gonna make this fucking, like, Civil War was like a fucking like hors d'oeuvre compared to this.
Oh shit, and that was amazing.
So we're going to get the fucking big meal, dude. This is the meal that we've been waiting for. This is like the meal that Conan gets after he fucking kills the fucking bad guy. All right? This is the meal that we've been waiting for.
No, it's just the first course of the meal, too. This is a 2-course meal.
Yeah.
And they've said the title, of Avengers 4 is a spoiler. So I think the last thing we're going to see at the end of this 2-hour and 50-minute movie is the name of Avengers 4, and it may be like Secret Invasion or New Avengers or Secret Wars or the Skrull Kree War.
It's gotta be Secret Wars. That's what they're gonna do.
Well, here's the thing, though. In between, they're doing Captain Marvel, where it's going to be the Kree Skrull War. I have a feeling that may spill over into Avengers 4.
My prediction is that all the male Avengers are going to die, and it's going to be female Avengers, and it's going to be called Big Titted Avengers.
Sounds good to me.
I like it.
I think that was a porno I stroked it to about 5
I've seen that Avengers. I've seen that Avengers parody.
I was going to say before this went off the rails, the Russo brothers,
Mike Ripz is here to be funny.
The Russo brothers have been quoted as saying they're not revealing the title of the next Avengers movie because it's a spoiler for this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
for Infinity War.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, Secret Wars. I'm telling you.
Secret War. Because then you could we'll get to Venom, because you could do the symbiote with Peter Parker. You could do this Kree Skull thing. You could do a lot of things. All right, moving on. Have you guys seen the new Han Solo trailer? And does anybody care?
Yeah.
I kind of care.
Why wouldn't I care?
Well, Anthony, what'd you think of this second trailer with Alden Ehrenreich, more Donald Glover, Chewie, and some action, a little more story? What'd you think?
I mean, as a non-Star Wars fan, I thought it was fine.
Really?
I enjoyed
okay.
It. I enjoyed it. I like the way it was shot. I don't think the main actor's all that charismatic, but everything else around it, I like Donald Glover. I like seeing Chewie. I like Amelia Clarke.
It looks like a fun movie. Like
it looks kind of fun.
Star Wars
the
movie.
robot looked kind of cool. I don't know.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
Mike?
Are you hyped for Han Solo?
I'm hyped for it. I have not seen the most recent trailer. I think it looks cool. The first time I saw it was the Super Bowl, right? That was when they released the trailer commercially.
That was the first commercial.
Have you seen this new one? There's a new trailer.
No, that one I have not seen. But I don't know. It looks a lot of people are hating. I noticed that.
It's one of those things where you're fucked, like, doing this movie.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, like, how do you top Harrison Ford? You just don't. Like, the dude's, like, fucking charisma, like, fucking times 10. So, like, anybody else is going to be, like, lacking. So,
Ruggs, what'd you think of this trailer? Get you a little bit more excited?
I think it's cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, for me, all Han Solo, the movie has to do is him do the fucking Kessel Run, and then fucking him be fucking cool and like maybe bang a couple of chicks.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. I mean,
like, you're good. Like, kill a couple of dudes, like, be like kind of like not good, not bad, be charismatic. Don't be too funny, but just be kind of like wink and nod at the camera, like, yo, I'm about to fucking steal this shit and fucking fuck the girl, and I'm fucking the man.
That's Han Solo. It. Yeah. I like the trailer looked fun. The action sequences look really cool. I like how we learned Chewie's age. Back then, I guess, this happens before New Hope, and he's like 190 years old, which I thought was great. But I still...
That's how long got his hair to grow that long.
He's been growing it for 109. And I think you see, like...
Yeah, he was bald when he was born.
You see his wife or girlfriend for a second in this. I still don't like Alden Ehrenreich at all. There's a line where he's like, I'm a driver. I'm like, no, boo. Boo. I don't like what he's doing. So, also...
Okay, let me ask this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I think I even said this on the podcast before that he has to be awesome or else this whole movie fails. But
yeah,
let's switch it around. What if the movie around him is really awesome and he is just not a great Can you dig that?
I could give it a pass. I could give him a pass if the movie's really good.
I'm going to just come in with this Guardian of the Galaxy defense.
Oh boy. Okay. Here we go.
All right. So Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like the guy who plays Star-Lord doesn't quite cut it either. All right. I feel like that some of his lines fall flat.
Yeah.
Some of the things that he says doesn't really sell it to me. But people love Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think that there's a bias here for Han Solo that this guy cannot beat.
I don't think
he's just not going to beat it.
This guy, this guy can't shake the Harrison Ford comparison.
Like, there's nobody. Who do you think that can really pull this off? Like DiCaprio, maybe? I don't know. Like Jake Gyllenhaal could pull it off.
Good call. Gyllenhaal, DiCaprio.
That's the only charismatic.
Even Miles Teller. Miles Teller could have done it. I think.
Miles Teller.
I don't actually. I think Miles Teller is actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
I think he would have been good.
Yeah,
dude. All I got to think about is when you guys brought up Chewie. Now all I'm thinking about is if the hair grows in relation to his age, it's like, what does he get? He gets a grooming at like some kind of like, dog shop.
Does it?
Like one every decade. Once a decade, he gets a grooming.
Han ties his leash to the Millennium Falcon and then
just hoses him down.
Yeah, someone like drains his glands, his ass glands.
Han ties his neck to the Millennium Falcon when they do SMBDM. That's neither here nor there.
It'd be like taking care of like a Lhasa Apso. Like you have to brush that shit every day, condition it, give him treat. How long is his dick then if he's 190? That's the other thing.
It's as long as his hair.
That's pretty much. I'm saying, I say a good 9.
I think it's 9 like soft.
9 soft, definitely. It's like 17 when it's ready.
When Chewbacca pops around, it's
here's the thing about Star Wars is that they're following the Marvel model. They want to release a movie basically every year.
Too much.
So you're going to get these stories because they don't know what else to do.
They don't know what else to do. I think people are going to get burned out on Star Wars pretty quickly.
They should be doing, I mean, Han Solo is one of the bigger names, but what I think they should be doing is exploring other parts of the universe.
Absolutely.
Instead of doing the prequels. I thought Rogue One was solid, but the prequel game is a really hard game to play.
Well, so this is the difference between why Rogue One worked and this one may not work. Because we know at the end of this movie, Han Solo, Lando, Chewie, they're going to be fine. Even they showed us the clip in the trailer where Chewie's about to get his head smashed off the train. We know he's going to be fine. And
I don't think that matters.
I will also guarantee that Woody Harrelson's character, Emilia Clarke's character, and that other fucker, they are all going to die.
Superman movie thinking Superman's going to die for real.
They're going to die in this movie because we don't know them. Now, why Rogue One worked, it was a band we got to love. We never knew about them, and then they just killed them, and it was a perfect piece of closure.
What do you think? I'll play devil's advocate. What do you think about what Rug Boy said? That you never go into basically a superhero film thinking that the superhero is going to die.
I mean, Superman died in Snyder's movie, but like
Snyder's an idiot.
Yeah. No. I mean, Snyder is an idiot.
We knew it was an empty death. Look, like we knew that it wasn't real death.
He's got a good point. Like that shouldn't harm my enjoyment of the movie.
No, that's always some kind of bullshit that some fucking film studio with a fucking with a hipster hat is going to say.
I think that was actually Imran.
It was me. I was the film student. How can there be any surprises in this movie? Ruggs, you said this is what's going to happen. He's going to meet Lando. He's going to get the Millennium Falcon. He get Chewie, the Kessel Run, bada bing, bada boom. Like,
but that's what I want to see. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't want to be surprised.
Right, that's a good point.
I just want to know about the Kessel Run.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the big deal with the Kessel Run? Why does it have to be done in a certain amount of time?
12 parsecs.
Like, why is there people why are they like fucking measuring the time? Is it somebody? People rob that shit all the time and they're trying to beat the time. I don't understand.
All good points.
So I want to know what that's about. Like that's what's fucking up my asshole right now.
You're gonna get
my snack hole.
What about
why
the hand up there? The hand up there is fucking up your asshole. Everything else is just an additional.
It's a different hand today.
Oh,
It's a
that's why.
I got a new hand.
It is Mr.
Yeah.
Rips's
Right.
hand. I see.
It is. I mean, I can only wish for so much.
If I ever died, I would hand it off to Mike Ripz because he's like the closest
snap.
to actual
All right,
human
we got
being.
He is the closest to you. Yes, I would have to agree. Like,
I feel
if
honored.
I ever lost Rug Boy to like Transylvania, Mr. Ripz over here would be a great replacement.
Yo, Mike,
Step in.
let me tell you, Mike Ripz, he's a true Jock and Nerd. Like, your album is true Jock and Nerd album. And all your references, you have shit that we talk about on the show all the time.
I know. I noticed that too, by the
That's
way.
why I love it. Yes. Everything from comic books, UFC, movies, TVs, like the stuff I love, you have reference to it in your songs. That's why I love your fucking music. Ruggs, you're going to
Thank
get
you.
2 hours and 15 minutes of the Han Solo. That's the runtime coming out in May.
That's a good runtime.
Yeah. All right, moving on. We got 2 more bits, and we'll take a quick break. Spoiler alert, probably, maybe.
Spoiler alert.
This is the one I've been waiting for.
Okay, and I really want to ask
more
you.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson
Yeah.
rumored to play Carnage in Sony's Venom movie. Now,
shit.
Mike Ripz, I know you are a big Spider-Man fan. I know you are a big Venom fan. I want to know what you think about this Venom movie coming out that looks like it's not even going to have a lot of Venom in it.
Exactly. Number one, I heard your guys' thing about Venom where he's not going to be actual. Tom Hardy's going to be in it a lot, but actual Venom's not going to be in it a lot. That's not a good idea.
Nope.
That's a big fuck up right there.
Let me ask you a question. What about like the Crow with Brandon Lee? Is it going to be like that? Like, because Brandon Lee's probably not in the Crow that much. If you actually, I don't know.
Well, he did die during the production of it.
Exactly.
They had to replace him.
Yeah, he's alive, so he can't really do the
But
same
there was
thing.
a lot of Crow in the movie.
True.
I think this is going to be a huge fucking fuck up.
I know. I heard your guys' take on it.
know what?
I
That's kind
agree.
of
I don't know.
unfortunate. I think that's
What up?
unfortunate because I think Woody Harrelson actually is a good. Was it Cletus Cassidy?
Yeah, Cletus, dude, perfect.
I think he's good cast. Good casting.
Awesome. The only thing, he's a little old.
I don't care. I still love Woody Harrelson for Carnage. I think it'll be great because it's going to be effects the whole time.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like him doing it.
And it's probably going to be like a 30-second cameo at the very end of the movie.
Oh, I'll die if that happens.
No, I thought isn't he the villain?
No, I don't think Carnage is the main villain.
Oh, that's a big. I mean, Natural Born Killers. Woody Harrelson is fucking
that's
insane.
amazing. I love him in that movie. That's one of his
That's
best
Cletus
roles.
Cassidy right there.
Dude, True Detective.
Woody Harrelson's been fucking batting 1,000.
Yeah, that's amazing casting. That's why I'm like, I'm disappointed because they hit it. They hit a home run with him.
He's never been shitty in any movie that he's been in.
Dude, Woody Harrelson's one of my favorite actors. Number one.
That's what I'm saying. Like he smokes weed. He loves it.
I think he's brilliantly talented. He can do comedy. He can do drama. He can do villain. He can do action. He does a lot. You know what I mean?
Yo, just remember, this is dumb Woody from Cheers. Right?
Exactly.
Like, that's where he came from. This is the same dude. He's going to be in Solo. He was great in War for Planet of the Apes. Every role lately he's been killing it. But I agree with Anthony. Natural Born Killers is my favorite fucking Woody Harrelson movie. It's amazing.
That's the first one that really was like, oh, okay.
So are you still excited for this? I mean, obviously you're going to go see it. Like the comic book geeks are going to go see it, and I think we're going to be disappointed.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, if Woody Harrelson's playing Cletus Cassidy, I'm seeing it in the theater.
Hey, Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are your hopes for this movie? Like if you're going to predict what this movie's going to be.
Like a 3?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Okay.
No. All right, I'll tell you guys right now. With the comic book movies, I love the comic books. When they adapt it, okay, what are the great, like absolutely brilliant comic book movies that have come out in the last few years? Logan is one of them.
Yep, absolutely.
Deadpool is one of them.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
I would say I liked Civil War a lot, but a lot of people don't like that one.
Yeah, Civil War is good.
Which is weird.
Civil War is good.
No, I like it. It's as an adaptation. It's not a good adaptation, but it's a good version of that. It's
a good story within that universe. If you're looking at it,
mini Avengers movie.
If you're looking, if you're looking at it within the context of this is a different universe than the comics, then yes that's a good story.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like Marvel's clearly like saying fuck you to the comics and just doing whatever they want for the movies, but like in that universe it makes sense.
Well, they're smartly adapting and using the names but running their own, storylines, and it's working. So Ruggs, you want to know what Dan Slott is doing with the Venom symbiote in the comic books right now?
Oh God!
Tell me, Imran. I'm waiting.
Norman Osborn has bonded with the symbiote to create the Red Goblin.
Oh, shit.
And is he wearing Iron Man's armor? Is he the Iron Patriot Red Goblin?
Probably is.
Oh, they've done this before. Oh, Dan Slott, original ideas. Nope.
I always got to throw in a Dan Slott thing. Ruggs hates.
How easy is it? It's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. It's too easy to take him down.
Let me say one thing about the Woody Harrelson Carnage.
Yeah.
It does make me a little more excited for the Venom movie.
I agree.
Oh, interesting. So
A little. I mean, I'm still sad that it's not connected to the MCU.
Yeah.
But I'm a little more excited. I'll go with that. I think that casting is a home run.
The casting is great. Like, put Woody Harrelson in every movie. He's just killing it.
Imagine Bryan Cranston Stanley versus Woody Harrelson's Carnage.
Oh, I think Stan Lee would still win.
Yeah, Stanley. If Cranston was Stan Lee, that motherfucker would win.
Yo, real quick. Who created Carnage, by the way?
Good question.
What's the guy's name?
I believe it was...
Yeah, I'm like bugging out.
I want to say David Michelini.
Yeah.
Mark Bagley. Yes, it was Mark Bagley, David Michelini, and Eric Larson, creators.
That's right.
Yup. Hell yeah. It's Spider-Man like 331, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's something like that.
First appearance.
This show's gonna be 8 hours long.
First appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 341. Okay, last piece of news, which is kind of exciting and crazy. X-Men Dark Phoenix, we talked a couple weeks ago how it got pushed back 3 months later in the year for major reshoots. We were guessing maybe because of the A-list cast. Sansa Stark is shooting Game of Thrones, so she may not have time to reshoot these. Now, sources speaking to The Hollywood Reporter say those reshoots will be to add scenes that will tie in directly to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No.
You're telling me that the reason that they pushed this movie back like a transvestite's balls is so they can tie it into the MCU.
No.
Here's what it says. Not much was revealed beyond that. Only that people from Fox and Marvel have been, quote, talking for a few months now and have determined that Dark Phoenix will make a perfect transition point. Is this? I feel like, look, they're bringing the Fantastic Four comic books back, and I feel like this deal is going to happen summer 2019. They all but seem to be moving pieces into place.
Don't do this.
Anthony, why?
Although that these characters have been around for now 15, 16 years, maybe 18 years now.
Yeah.
Because 2000 was the first X-Men.
Yep.
So a lot of people are familiar with the X-Men on screen and them being these people.
Yeah.
The X-Men universe on screen's continuity is so fucked up that to make this now canon to the MCU, in my opinion, is not very smart.
You're going to fuck up the MCU canon you have going now, which is going well.
I think you make a clean break and you do your own thing. I don't think Apocalypse was all that good to begin with. So to now transition
started with Dark Phoenix,
with Sansa Stark as Phoenix, is not where I would want to see this going.
Mike Ripz, thoughts? Do you want to see it combine or stay separate?
Separate.
How about I don't want it to happen? How about that?
Okay, don't happen. It should not happen.
I don't want it to happen. I don't know. Like, my thing is you're talking about Sony and Marvel MCU mixing together, right?
Well, this is Fox and Marvel.
Yeah, you get it.
Whatever, exactly. Whatever subdivision which the movies they make are not as good as the MCU. Of course, we all acknowledge that, right?
Yep. They gave us Deadpool.
They're not tied into it.
The only ones they gave us are Deadpool and Logan.
And Logan, yes, those are the only exceptions. That's it, right? I don't know. What should they merge? I don't think so. I don't know. I think the MCU should just take it all over. Is that some form of merge? I don't know.
I think that if they do it in a way where it's thought about, doing this backdoor shit where they're gonna stop filming the movie and then they're gonna like force it in. Like, if this would have happened when this movie was in visual, visual
when they were
production,
coming up with the whole idea for the movie, yes.
When they were doing like the beginning of the production, I would be like, okay, cool. They're going to really but now they're after the fact, they've already shot maybe a quarter of this movie. They're going to now stop production and rewrite it.
Well,
it sounds like bullshit.
This movie is set in the 90s, like they're going by decades, and Captain Marvel also set in the 90s. Could there be a connection there? Their ages are all messed up. Technically, these guys should be like 50 in the last movie, and they weren't.
What if there's like some kind of a bridge of realities?
It could be alternate reality. This is going to happen at some point. It's just how. I agree. I don't think they should mix it in with the MCU. It's going to make things so fucking confusing.
I also don't like it because it doesn't seem like this was part of the I don't think Kevin Feige had a crystal ball and was like, in 2018 we're acquiring Fox and getting all the X-Men and Fantastic Four back. So whatever way you spin it, wasn't part of the plan. So they're now retrofitting an old car with new material.
I do think he had plans ready for this a long time ago.
I think he may have had contingencies.
Yes. But not specific.
But I don't know if they were like, okay, Dark Phoenix is coming out.
Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be a step below of what they would have done if they would have had the characters to begin with.
Yeah.
But like, would you take that as a trade-off though, to get everything together now in your lifetime while you're still?
That's a good question. You know what? If it's a trade-off to get everything together on screen, then I guess I'll have to take it.
Like, do you want to play the long game and wait like another 15 years for them to like get this shit together and have X-Men the right way and all that stuff? Because it's gonna take 3 years of development for each movie. By the time they get,
let me just throw something in here real quick. What about the Netflix Marvel crew? How do they fit into this whole thing?
I forget.
They're backdoor at best.
I think Marvel. It's like Big Brother. Like Marvel Films is like, who are you? And while Marvel Netflix is like, hey, look at us. And Marvel Studios is like,
that's like their Marvel's side chick.
Really?
It's like, don't call me during the day. Don't call me on my cell phone. I got a pager. Like, who carries a pager? We got one for you.
Bitch, I told you not to call me on this number.
Right.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about them. Look, the X-Men are going to come over. We don't know how, but let's not forget they're going to own all these movies in whatever production they are if this deal happens. So, okay, look, let's take a quick break. I'm going to play some promos. We're going to come back and we're going to chop it up with Mike Ripz about his new album, dropping on 420.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
If you're looking for a sports hosting show that gives you the flavor.
Tom Brady's thrown for over 60,000 yards, the most playoff victories, the most Super Bowls, the most Super Bowl MVPs. He is not the greatest of all time.
That brings the energy.
Shaq quote, "The earth is flat," close quote. "The earth is round."
That isn't about
this or that. It ain't this or that. Charles Barkley, 1994. You stole 2 home games in the Western Conference semifinals against the Rockets. Your team blows it in 7. 1 year later, up 3-1. 2 games at home, and you blow that too.
Then you've come to the right place.
I am that man, your man, the illustrious tour guide Cole Johnson. Cole Sports!
On Cole Sports with the Z.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Throwback Thursday from the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, along with my co-host Bill. Every Thursday, we bring you classic hip-hop.
Classic.
Classic.
You know, all the good stuff, the stuff that you forgot about, the golden age, pre-golden age, back to the original era.
For all the pioneers, I'm going way back.
Each week, we bring you hip-hop headlines, so we let you know what's going on with your favorite artists from back in the day. We bring you Wu News. We dedicate an entire segment just to the Wu-Tang Clan every week.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
We bring you 2 records. One is a one and done. One is a record of the week. We give you an artist of the month. We give you all the classics.
Classic.
Come and check us out. Every week we're on iTunes, Stitcher, and at MrThrowbackThursday.com. And if you remember nothing else, always remember, new school stale, old school fresh.
Jock and Nerd. All right, so I felt left out. All you guys are drinking, so I found this. And I just opened a Beguile Freebird American Pale Ale. Cheers.
Shut up, that's a diet. That's
all right, let's all drink a special one.
Pepsi, you son of a bitch.
Well, that's also true. You may not know. It could.
Imran lies a lot.
I'll put this. I'm drinking a beer. I'm drinking an actual beer. Listener, if you love the show, you want more show, you know what to do. Join our fan club, jockandnerd.com/Patreon, where you can help out the show. You keep the lights going. You become a producer of the show, and you get a bonus RSS feed, exclusive podcast just for you, filled with post-show bonus audio. Lots of fun stuff. Shout out to our patron and listener, Wes Cranford, Yank from Down Under. He increased his pledge from $3 a month to $10.
Jock and Nerd. He went from hand job to blow job, pretty much.
He went from hand job level to blow job level. You still get a latte at the $10. But here's the thing. At the $10 level, he gets to pick a movie for us to review.
Oh, shit.
Just like Bonner Demling picked Howard the Duck, and she wanted to, we did the Howard the Duck.
Who's at $10 again?
Wes Cranford.
Wesley. If you pick a movie that I haven't seen, I'm not going to be on the show, you son of a bitch. So don't pick a movie I haven't seen.
He's picked a movie. Ready to reveal what the movie is? Drum roll. The movie he picked is Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
A great movie.
Oh,
I've seen that movie. Why would we do a what the fuck? Okay, fine. Whatever.
No, it's not a what the fuck. It'll just be a review. We will review Scott Pilgrim.
Okay. I'd have to watch it again.
I will happily review that movie.
Absolutely. Wes Cranford, you will get a review of Scott Pilgrim versus the World on the show because you are. Anyone else want to do that? Just pledge $10 a month at jockandnerd.com/Patreon. He wrote, I picked Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Is that a superhero film? He goes, fuck. I mean, yes. Howard the Duck counted. I was excited about that movie when it first came out. I've got 11 years on you, so I do remember all of the Imran and Rugboy references. Now I'm off to take my Viagra.
I don't understand what that means. I remember all the Imran and Rugboy references.
I think that's a comment to when we were like, Anthony wasn't on the show, and I was like, I love it when Anthony's not on the show so I can make references to old shit that nobody talks about anymore.
So, okay.
Yes. Also, John Seaford, Patreon Listener Challenge, month of April. He wants us to raise $100 extra of our Patreon amount. By the end of the month, we are up $12.
Hey, 88 more, you son of a bitch.
So here's what I think. John Seaford, let me know. I think we should modify this to $25. Because it's hard to make $100. If we can get to 25 by the end of April, Seaford, will you agree? Do you want to raise your
increase your support by $1?
20 to 40? He said he would do for 100.
Okay. I'm too drunk to do this math.
Let's move on. 40, go to 25. 25.
Okay, that's fair.
$5 more.
That's
Anthony,
fair.
you're the person. You're the marketing person. You know
that's why I went with 5.
Yeah.
You do math. All right, you do the math.
Okay, so if we get to 25, John Seaford, maybe you increase your support to $25 a month.
$25.
That's the best we can hope for moving forward. Okay, Mike Ripz, I want to talk to you about Mint Condition Special Edition dropping on 4/20.
Road to Perdition.
April 20th.
That's your favorite holiday.
Not The Road to Perdition, which is a great movie based on a great comic book.
Now, Mike, let me ask you about this album.
Okay.
You did Metro North music, which I really loved. It was very jazzy, very conversational album about like your life. I'm worried about you a little bit about your drug habit.
that album's 3 years old. So
really?
He's cleaned up now.
That's the old Mike Ripz. This is the new Mike Ripz.
I've cleaned up slightly.
No, because your lyrics still have a million Coke references every too long.
So great.
But this is an interesting Mint Condition's very special, interesting because you kind of like are. It feels like you're kind of like just expressing what's on the top of your mind at the moment. It's kind of like it feels like that you're reacting to like pop culture. Yeah. You're reacting to like the news. Yep. Yeah, you're kind of like
absolutely
just kind of spitting stuff back out at us.
What's the concept of this album, or does it have a concept?
Well, I came up with the title a long time ago, Mint Condition Special Edition, right? Yeah. And now it makes more sense than it did back then when I came up with it, because now I've gotten older and I think that the shit that I'm doing has gotten better. Like, I think the Mint Condition album is better than the Metro North album. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you, are you doing everything? Writing, producing the beats, making the beats, producing the album?
My brother makes the beats.
Okay, right on.
You want to shout him out?
Okay. Yeah, Twang1. Twang1 on Twitter. Twang, TWANGONE.
Well, he's laying the foundation for you, so that's good.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes, a lot of times, like I might find a sample in some weird kind of movie, or like you guys are familiar with MF Doom, I'm sure, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
He's one of the best out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you guys? He has a new album out with Czarface. Do you know them or
shit,
no?
No, I don't know Czarface.
I have not seen anything new from him at all. Like what I know of him is from like maybe like 2006 or 2000.
Wow. No, but Czarface is his other group, like where it's Inspector Deck from Wu-Tang Clan and these other dudes, 7L and Esoteric, and it's like very comic book influence. And actually, James Gunn, who's the director of what's it called, Guardians 1, right?
Yeah, both of them.
He's like. That's it, right? That's what he directed. He directed more, but
yeah, he did some horror movie, Slither, I believe,
which that was actually good too, in my opinion. But anyway, James Gunn, he liked Czarface, and like they're all over. You should peep Czarface. They're really into like the comic book reference rap.
I'll check it out. Yeah. No, that's like just like MF Doom is why I like your shit. He has all these comic book references. But dude, you are, like I said earlier, Jock and Nerd, just like us. The shit you talk about is the shit I love. And obscure references that you have, you would only know if you read comic books.
Yeah.
And I love all the Spider-Man reference. Like you name drop Scorpion, Matt Gargan. You name drop Flint, Marco, Sandman.
Yep.
And it's nonstop.
Raphael, Casey Jones.
Everything. Fucking Seinfeld, John Lovitz.
You got a song called
from
Spazuzu, which is from Exorcist.
No, actually, the Spazuzu thing. I know that Exorcist thing too, by the way. But no, Spazuzu that's from this shitty movie that came out of like 2 years ago with John Cena and what's her name? Amy Pollard and Tina Fey. It was called Sisters. And it was like, what's it called?
Yeah, I saw that.
Exactly. And then the samples in that are from John Cena saying when he was selling them drugs, and John Leguizamo was there as well.
That beginning of that song is hilarious because he's listing everything he has. He's like
every kind of drug you can imagine.
He's like, yo, I got Molly, I got her sister Betty, I got Big Frank.
Yeah,
and it's fucking hilarious. So look, I'm gonna play. Do you mind if we play like 30-second clips of some of these tracks?
And let's check.
All right, and then I will put a full song at the very end of the show. But I want to talk to you about the first song I want to ask you about: Sports Media Slaughter.
Oh, that's my favorite song, Mr. Ripz.
All right, here, Mr. Ripz. You're so respectful. All right, here's the first 30 seconds, and then we'll chat about it.
Sports analysts talking heads that don't say shit. Think they know the game, but they really don't play shit. I'm about to kill them all, check it out, made a great list. Start with Skip Bayless, blame it on Stephen A. Smith. Denny's next from a serum, a poisonous venom. Kerry Champion and Molly Karam, both in my harem, dead 'em. Brian Windhorse, bitch, you look like an elephant. Make him sit on Max Kellerman till he crushes a skeleton. I'll toss Mel Kiper in a pit with vipers. Spill Chris Russo's glucose till he stop acting hyper. Cause I'm going mad dog.
Dude, this song...
Let me say something about this.
Yeah, this song is great.
Mr. Ripz, you know how I know you're a real one? If you're going to diss sports commentators and you don't start with Skip Bayless, you're done.
And you started with Skip, right?
Bayless, so
yeah.
I got to give you respect.
I feel you.
Yo, I love. So you go through this song and kill each sports personality from radio, TV.
You could tell that Mr. Ripz listens to sports because you mentioned like Kevin Blackstone and like people that are like not as mainstream, and I'm like, all right,
I could have gone super deep with it. There were certain like there's two weird ones I'll say off the rip that people have already criticized me being like they're not in it. Like Marv Albert is one,
okay.
Bob Costas one, but like Costas number one is like he kind of moved out of sports a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then Marv Albert, young people don't know Marv Albert. I went more for the young audience.
Yeah, you went for the millennial. Marv Albert's like early 90s. Like
yes.
Yo, Mike Ripz, what inspired you to kill all these sports celebrities? Why this song?
I'll be honest with you. It came from 50 Cent. The first time 50 came out was this record called How to Rob. And that came out in 99 before he got shot. And he was supposed to be like, I don't want to say he was supposed to be the next big thing, but he was coming out. He was on this album, The Mad Rapper, and he had a record called How to Rob. And it was about how to rob all the rappers, right? So I kind of took that idea, and then I was like, "Oh, let me just kill all these sports writers." You know how annoying these cats are.
Yes.
My favorite. They basically said that they don't know shit.
Yeah,
basically.
they're just talking heads. They're talking heads.
Well, because they're in the business now of not saying what is accurate, but to say things that shock people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's all bullshit.
They're like Skip Bayless is number one culprit. I don't think he believes half the thing he says.
No, he just says it to be provocative.
But he just says it to exactly provoke people and to get conversation going. And I'm like, this isn't your opinion anymore. This is just being an asshole.
I like that you commented on Mike Francesa's tits.
I was going to say my favorite part is Mike Francesa because I know him from listening to Opie and Anthony in the early 2000s, and they would call Francesa and fuck with him. I love where he's like, well, what are you going to do? Well,
what are you going to do?
I fucking Mike Francesa is hilarious.
Yeah, he was also on IMIS. That's where he got his start. Of course.
Yeah.
Like there might be a sequel down the road of sports.
There's more sports medias to slaughter. That's awesome.
It's not going to be sports though. It's going to be
someone else.
It's going to be called fake news slaughter.
Oh,
that's going to be on Fox News.
There it is.
MSNBC.
That could be like a 12-minute song.
ass Glenn Beck.
No, you even went after Keith Olbermann. That was hilarious.
He could fit in both. He could be in the fake news slaughter and the sports media slaughter.
I'll tell you another thing I really love about this album. Your songs are short. They're no longer than 3 minutes, but you don't fuck around. There's no long intros. They are packed with verses, with damn awesome fucking lyrics.
Yeah, like
you start
Migos
right away.
Migos has like no verses. Like you have like literally like.
Oh man, I'm just telling you, I got an acapella for y'all later. I hope I can get it off.
We're gonna do it
on that note he just said.
But that's what I love is you got old school boom bap, hardcore beats, and no fucking Migos flow. You use triplets here and there to embellish like you should, but your style is solid, and I appreciate like these songs are packed with lyrics from front to back.
Lyricism is dead, like to the new rappers. Like the people that are on the radio right now, they can't rap. They can't like make clever references. They can't weave things together
they can't.
in an intelligent way. So I'm glad to see that there's still people that are fucking keeping it alive. You're one of them that is doing it with crazy shit references. The amount of drug references in your fucking shit is ridiculous. But
I've got to be honest. I'm out of that. I'm out of that realm these days. But from a young age till about I'd say 20 something, I was deep in the game. But I'm way out of it now.
Was there like an overall like theme or thing that you wanted to get across throughout the album? Or was it just
did want to get across, just the comic book raps. My style, I called it a long time ago. I know a few other cunts out there have tried to make a song name this or something, but I've always called my shit Rapsploitation. Yeah. I always grew up watching the blaxploitation movies. Like I rented a Shaft when I was 10 years old off of Blockbuster. You know what I mean?
So it's like kung fu movies.
Yep.
Like
all that horror, Evil Dead, all that shit. The martial arts movies.
Of rap, basically.
Yeah, it's a movie reference rap shit, and then comics, of course, too. And books and anything that I can get my hands on. That's and Mint Condition Special Edition. I came up with that title a long time ago. I came up with that Metro North Music title because it was like I lived in Connecticut at the time and going back and forth between the city and Connecticut and Westchester as well. My lovely wife Brenda at the time was living in Yonkers, so it was always going back and forth. That's where Metro North Music came from. While I was making that, I was like, okay, the next album I want to be way more deeper into the stuff that I'm more into. And that's where Mint Condition Special Edition came from. And I also like it because, like I said, I'm old now. Or in rap terms, I'm a fucking fossil in the ground that might as well be fossil fuel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you older than Anthony? Let's do the Anthony test.
I'm 5 years older than him.
He's between us and Anthony.
He is the space between.
Yeah.
You're kind of like almost you're a millennial kind of.
I maybe I don't know.
I think he's out of the millennial.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I think he's out of the millennial. I'm like millennial, but like creeping out. Whereas I think Mr. Ripz over here is out.
Yeah, I think they said today. I heard somebody say it's 18 to 34, and I'm 35 right now, so I'm out.
Yeah, you're out. You're out.
Like
You're
he's out of the target demo, Mr. Ripz.
Mike, do you feel like you're a millennial in any way?
I don't have any animosity towards them though in any way whatsoever.
Did you ever get a trophy for participating?
Do you love memes
ever? I've never played sports in any capacity. I've always just been about the music and the, you know what I'm saying, movies and comic books and shit like that. I tried to skateboard and I'm not good at that either.
You're actually like a real life rug boy. You're actually like
yeah, exactly.
Like if rug boy was a real person,
it would be Mike Ripz.
It would be Mike Ripz.
All right, look, let's hear some more music. I want to ask you this next song.
Let's go.
It's called The Shoe Salesman. Here's the first 30 seconds.
Okay.
In another time, in another culture, he may have been a seer, a shaman priest.
Yeah.
In our world, he's a shoe salesman and lives among the shadows.
Don't really know how long for I could do this. It's wearing on my nerves, I'm about to lose it. Everything about the shit is foolish. So I started No Man as the movement. Retail sales and shoe stores, my life. It's the place where the customer is never ever right. Overweight white women wearing pumps too tight. Returning everything that the husband didn't like. But every other week they come and buy another pair. Standing all day, you gotta listen and stare. Your boss won't even ever let you.
Is this song about Al Bundy from Married with Children?
Yes, but it's also about me because I worked at a shoe store from when I was 18.
Yes. Tell us that story.
No. Clark's Walking Company, all this relatively middle. I worked at Bostonian.
How horrible?
Some high end shit.
Is it really that horrible?
That show, Married with Children, is the realest shit I ever wrote. It's the realest shit that's ever been on TV.
Damn.
No, because you're directly quoting like No Ma'am and strip clubs and all that stuff from Al Bundy. And like Al Bundy, like Roseanne just came on. Yeah. It was revived and it was this huge fucking thing. I think that's the next show that should be.
It may come back.
Although because that needs to come back. That was a show that was not afraid to fuck with shit. They were not afraid to be fucking crazy.
Yo, the only way it's coming back is because Roseanne did so well, because they will never dabble in the shit. If you watch the reruns, it's like, how the fuck was this on TV?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nowadays, it's like someone would get killed. Someone would be executed for the
like
writing.
I was listening to your song Virtue Signaling, and you're talking about a lot of this like political correctness. Yeah. And like Married with Children was like not politically correct. It was like the opposite.
Yeah.
It was like slapping you in the face with reality and like shit that nobody wanted to admit to.
True.
Like
let me get a little deeper with it though. Do you guys remember this show that was on Nickelodeon? Fuck Hey Dude and Fuck Wild and Crazy Kids. Remember Salute Your Shorts?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
With,
Camp Onawanda.
Are you going dark with your shorts?
I thought that was an innocent show.
What I'm saying though is that was a kid show, and if you watch that now, there's like
dude with the mullet.
There's no fucking way that would be allowed on TV nowadays.
That's the kid from Terminator 2.
Yes,
that was in
Bobby Budnick.
Bobby Budnick, Danny Cooksey.
Danny
Cooksey Shorts.
He also had a band called like, oh shit.
Whatever happened to Danny
was a little
Cooksey?
brother in different
Like
shows from my generation.
That's right.
His band name was like Bad for Life or some shit like that.
Danny Cooksey was the little kid from Different Strokes too.
Yup.
Whatever happened to Danny Cooksey?
You're the shit.
This is officially the best show we have.
Okay,
we have a Danny Cooksey reference.
You gotta have a Danny Cooksey reference, yeah.
Dude, we just went off on a tangent though. But I forgot.
But here's
Shoe
the thing.
Salesman.
Al Bundy is on Modern Family, and that show is doing really well. So I don't know if they're going to do a Married with Children reboot. I will say the Roseanne new season, it's very good. I really enjoy it. Like I was, I was surprised. It is actually really well done. It's heartfelt. It's
listen, like we need to fucking start like.
She's
making
pushing
shows
buttons,
that push people's buttons.
She's pushing buttons just like she did when she was on 20 years ago. It's like they haven't missed a step.
We started talking about Married with Children. I've just been Google imaging Christina Applegate.
Oh my God, I had the biggest crush on her that when Married with Children.
She was so hot.
She's still catching bodies.
Yeah.
She is, but she back then, oh my gosh.
Christina Applegate, holy shit, Christina. And she was really young on that show.
You want to know that like Married with Children was the guy who played Joey's first, Matt LeBlanc, his first role.
Oh yeah, he was her boyfriend on it once.
Yeah, and Joey Lauren Adams was her first role, and Mila Jovovich was her first role.
By the way, Bill Maher was also on that
Bill
shit
Maher
back
was
in the
on
day.
Married with Children?
A love show. Yes.
Weird.
Hosting like a Love Connection type show with Kelly on
Holy
it.
shit.
Swear to God.
Fucking Kelly.
Dude, fucking Ripz coming in with the references.
What was that movie she was in where they were like, the dishes are done, man? And he shoots the dishes in the sky.
Don't tell Mom the Babysitter's Dad. My favorite movie of all time.
That was it. She was Kelly Bundy was in that. All right, Mike Ripz, I want to ask you about the last track on the album. It's called Day of the Triptych.
It's crazy. It's like 3 songs in one, right?
Quite an amazing track. You have 3 different beats in one song and 3 different grooves. Here is the first 30 seconds for the listener.
Yo, too much time travel's got my mind in a blur. I'm rocking this human skin just to hide on my fur. Highly obscure, slightly disturbed, finest and pure. Once I infect your system, you cannot find a cure. Excavate my sarcophagus other side of the continent. Conquering chaotic phenomenon's prominent. Government toppling through a Molotov bottling. Dominant, once my rockets hit your conglomerate. Take aim and shoot, watch the bullets all tear through. Beat a neo-Nazi with a bat like I'm the bad Jew. Red jewels, gold gloves, infinity stones. Won't be satisfied till your cyber systems exposed. Leave your mainframe disrupted, my mind stays corrupted.
All right, I'm going to cut it there, but then it goes on to a second movement in the middle and then a third.
So basically what it does is it starts off with this kind of like dark, like Terminator shit.
Yeah.
And you go into this like almost like kind of like apologetic high school like friends like that I don't keep in touch with anymore. I wish like we would keep in touch.
That's a very touching
And then
verse.
it goes into another rap. So it's like 3 different songs kind of like mixed into one. I've never heard that before ever. So what's your take on this?
It was, if you ever heard of the movie Day of the Triffids?
Day of the Triffids.
Yeah, it's a Star Trek episode. Right? No?
Close.
Triffids.
No. David Triffids is like a horror movie.
Oh.
Yes, it's from like 1958 or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm drunk
and
right
it's
now.
basically
I'm, like,
the story of the
confusing
movie is some guy gets like eye surgery or some shit like that, and he's got his eyes blindfolded. Then overnight, some shit happens where it makes all the humans blind and the plants come to life and the plants all kill all the humans. And then this one guy, because he had eye surgery, his shit was blindfolded. So he wakes up and he can see out of all the other humans.
Whoa.
That's where I got the title from. Day of the Triffids.
Day
of that.
But then you took.
But a triptych is actually 3
things.
illustrations.
3 panels.
That create one. 3 panels that create one image.
You did that
right?
in audio. You gave us a triptych in audio. It's awesome.
Exactly. And that's why I said Day of the Triptych.
So like you're kind of like using Dave the Triffids and the triptych all in one. And it's pretty crazy high concept shit.
Yeah, that is a deep sci-fi cut that you're pulling this movie.
Let's see Migos try that shit.
Migos. Kendrick Lamar can't pull this shit off. 1963, the Day of the Triffids.
I love Kendrick, but I mean, the Migos, Kendrick.
Yo, and you don't mumble,
No, Kendrick is a different class than Migos. Like there's like
I agree with that.
Migos is dog shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
I love your style. I love your flow. Let's move on to some of your comic book stuff. You've been working on a comic book.
Let me before we do that, we go to that, let me try and get this this verse off for you guys.
You want to acapella?
Nice little surprise here.
Yeah, it's acapella shit.
Oh shit! All right, acapella, no music. You go whenever you're ready.
All right, let's go. Hey, yo, I don't trust the church and I can't stand the government. I'm bipartisan, hate Democrats and Republicans. Dungeon Kid, paraphernalia, I snuck it in. Never been the same since aliens abducted him. SWAT's rushing in while I'm running out the back door. Trap jaw, half Jim Duggan hacksaw. We're drinking at the bar, way past last call. About to crash my car through a fucking black hole. I'm just an asshole, I gotta admit it. Especially off a couple shots in a Guinness. Bars I'm spitting, been analyzed by statisticians. Had a vision twisted, nuclear cataclysm. Fasting in the palace, chilling, suffering whack rap malnutrition. I'm into Migos, not those mumble rap weirdos. I'm talking about the dolls of the DC heroes.
Nice.
Less than zero, but I'm the #1 target. Selling stolen starships on the black market. Solomon Grundy, they dug me out of a tar pit. Your neck is where my poison dip dart hit. Get bodied, sloppy as Toxie in a tutu, or King T'Challa ripping tentacles off Cthulhu. Never do what they do, cause I'm too true. Great advice that I learned from the Roots crew. I ain't feeling your essence. You're weak and defenseless. I fuck with your head worse than dream of the endless. The needle on my wax like lethal injection. Leader of henchmen, you're in need of protection. Vengeance. Punishment's harsh as Vladimir. Putin put an end to your trash rap career. Sip of fire water, chase it with half a beer. Melt your face off like the Martian atmosphere. Astronaut helmets with the glass crack, walking through a nuclear winter without a hazmat. Scientists use Mike as a lab rat. That's how every flow fire feel the backdraft. Time's up, light one, hold smoke in my lungs. Broken 35 plus, damn right, my life's fucked. Vermin type scum, a dirty white bum. Look like a black and white from Bernie Wright's son. Swamp stomping, acting brolic as Alec Hollins. Yo, my bad. That's as far as we're going.
Brady Wright's getting a call out and their fucking rap song is legit.
Let me finish this shit, dude.
Holy shit, that was great. Okay.
Hold on. Let me go. Look like a black and white from Bernie Wright's son. Swamp stomping, acting brolic as Alec Holland. Blasting Thompson's rhyme pads in massive volumes. Alcoholic, just polished off half a bottle. I have a problem and there really ain't a chance of stopping. But these rappers always bragging how they're paid. And talking about how they're on another wave. Looking like they sniffed powder at a rave. Hip-hop been dead, now they're pissing on the grave. I'm Roddy Piper with the shades. Fuck that, I'm Wes Snipes with the blades. Dip my fists in glue and glass after the tape. Fuck up your face, Bloodsport, one of the greats. Goblin King, do my thing, peep the cock bulging. I'm like Cable and Thanos at the same time. I'm Josh Brolin. Hit you in the balls with a football like Hans Molman.
That's fucking awesome, bro. Oh my God. Holy shit, I can't even count the number of comic book references.
That's a Jock and Nerd first. We've
never had that.
Exclusive freestyle just for our listeners. Mike Ripz, that was phenomenal. Well done. You got a Sandman reference, T'Challa. Oh my God, I couldn't keep up. I love it. I love your style. I love your lyrics. Well done.
Good luck.
Good looks, bro.
I'm glad I got the rest of it off. I was like, fuck, I know I'm going to fuck it up at some point, but at least I got the rest off.
No, that was a good recovery.
That
was
was
good.
sick. Oh, I'm speechless. Thank you so much. Look, I want to make sure we get this out because we were talking the other day when we were setting this up. You have a Highwayman comic book called Highwayman. You're working on something new and you are looking for some talent, are you not?
I am. I have a new project I'm working on that's going to be like a 4-issue thing. One isolated story, issue 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm looking for an illustrator right now. If there's anybody out there that would be interested in collaborating on something like that. I don't want to give up. I mean, should I describe a little bit about what it's about or not? What kind of
style are you looking for and what kind of experience are you looking for?
I'll tell you the artist, like in my own mind, in my own perverted reptilian mind, like the artist I would want if I had a choice would be Dave Gibbons.
Oh, snap. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. So Dave Gibbons style.
A little hatching involved. Yeah. Maybe a little Barry Windsor Smith involved. I think that will play in nicely. Anybody who loves those fucking 3 guys, give them my clips a holler. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm saying any illustrator and we could work from there. I mean, there's quite a few options that can happen, but what I truly need for the project I want to work on is an illustrator that can draw pages and panels on bristleboard.
Yeah.
You know, you guys know the whole deal.
Look, I think we have a lot of artists that listen to us while they're drawing. So look, this is a great opportunity for any young talent. You want to get your feet wet. You want to get some practice drawing comic book pages. Hit up Mike Ripz. Where can they hit you up? You just on the Twitter.
Everywhere at Mike Ripz. It's at MICRIPZ.
All right, I'll put all the links in the show notes. But this is a good opportunity, and I wanted to throw it out to the listener because I know there's somebody out there that may want to start drawing comic books and will hook up with you. Let them know. The other question you had when we were talking, Mike Ripz, I want you to shout out to our listener, Matthew Lawrence, who was planning on organizing an Avengers Infinity War meetup. And you asked me how is that going to happen?
Yeah, I was interested in that. That sounds fun. I mean, I'm over here in Brooklyn, so I wish I was close in the Midwest. If I was somehow fucking closer, then I would go. But
you listen to the show every once in a while, or are you a casual?
Yeah, I listened to the last few.
Nice. Oh, wow. He's a listener.
So he's into it. He's into
Mike Ripz, will you nudge Matthew Lawrence to get this done and follow through and for me, please?
I think he should.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I want you to right now talk to Matthew Lawrence. Tell him to do this.
I don't know how do I do
No, you
that?
just say it.
You're saying
talking
just
about
talk
something
right now, and as if you're the guy.
Oh,
who's
okay,
listening.
Matt Lawrence, fucking let's go. Let's organize. Let's fucking organize like it's the what's it called? These rallies that keep happening. But let's do a Jock and Nerd
There you
one
go.
going to Infinity War.
There you go.
Wait, by the way, so all three of you already have your tickets, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, but I'll see it again. I will show up. I told him if he organizes the thing, I will see it again. I will show up whenever he wants.
I will watch it again.
If
and
you
again.
build it, I will come in my pants.
But we're probably going to see it before then anyways, as soon as we can. Right on. Okay, look, we're going to wrap up the show here. I got some email and some feedback I want to share. A couple of shows back, Ruggs, you were drinking. You got a little drunk. Mike Ripz, you heard him. We asked people to send in the time code for when they thought Rug Boy was drunk, and we had some answers.
It's kind of like a little contest.
It's a little game. Jess Rivera writes in, the only one who actually sent time code. He said, my money is on 5908 for the Rug Boy.
Play it.
Okay, here's the clip. It was during our Patreon thank you. We were thanking everyone. Here's where he thinks Rug Boy was drunk. A place to hang your cape.
iTunes, iPod mixes.
iTunes.
Sounds about right.
I
forgot about that.
That may be the winner. That's
all right. I concede to that.
So Glenn Smith then commented, I got whenever he started talking about babies eating their own shit was when he thought you were drunk. You remember?
You have a clip of
No,
that?
I don't have a clip of that because they didn't send me time code. And then Ray O'Neill has the best comment. He says, I'd say it was when he told Imran not to respond till he had something.
Because that pissed me off because like I started like introducing a topic and you started acting like you knew what the fuck I was talking about.
I remember
and
that.
you didn't.
That was pretty funny.
And I was like, dude, just let me finish what I'm saying first before you start chiming in, motherfucker.
That was classic.
That's classic Imran.
Classic Imran.
Yeah, he tries to guide it into a place where he can talk about
Classic
it.
Imran.
And like he doesn't want to wait just like 3 seconds so I can fucking
3
spit the rest of
seconds,
the
but I
shit
want
out.
it now. Okay, Seth Morgan writes
I
in,
do
Dear,
remember that. That was classic.
That was classic. I remember.
I felt like Anthony. at that
Anthony, I
moment.
remember you chuckled when that happened. Like,
Yeah, because
out
that's
loud.
what I would do.
Yeah.
He got to it before me.
Yeah. Good stuff. Seth Morgan writes, Dear Jock and Nerd, the weather is getting warmer. Soon we'll see tulips filling local flower beds. Thoughts will turn to baseball and lawnmowers will be on display at our local home centers while their stock of snowblowers will be put into storage until the snow flies again. My question to you, is it still ass-eating season? Anthony?
Yes.
You're the expert, Anthony. You're the one who.
I don't think if you need to ass, you've never been a part of ass eating season.
Snap.
There you go.
You're a married man, Mike Ripz. Like, so you pretty much have a
I was going to
curated-
say, speaking of two lips, I noticed this thing you posted on the notes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What this fucking squid?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
the vagina drawing. Yeah. From Adam Morris.
Yes. Exactly.
But it's a squid. Okay, last email from our buddy Wes Cranford.
We're not going to address the ass eating thing at all.
Is it still? He has said if you don't know if it is, then you probably shouldn't be participating.
Okay. I'll answer this because semi logically. I would assume if you were into eating ass that you would eat ass in the cooler months because no one likes to eat an ass that is swamp
let's
ass.
not generalize.
And in the summer, I feel like you get a little more swamp.
There might be some people who are into that. That's all. There's people who are into everything.
Okay, all right, fair. It's 2018.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's ass eating season only for the people who really like it.
Okay.
Let me add one more thing.
Yeah.
I don't think this is your first time listening to this podcast and you were looking for like your classic like nerdy motherfucker podcast, ass eating season is like the nail in the coffin for that.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, like that's like every feminist just hung himself right now.
Oh,
It's a
man.
popular
I'm about
bro.
to join them.
They just took their pantyhose and hung
It's a
themselves
popular bro
immediately.
hashtag.
Mike Ripz, I'm about to join them.
Okay, you motherfuckers. One last email from our buddy Wes Cranford, the Yank from Down Under. Wes listens to us from Australia, which still blows my mind that someone in Australia fucking listens to this horseshit. He says,
I mean, there's more than one. Yeah,
there's a bunch, but like, that's awesome. We are being heard around the world on the other side. He says, hey guys, I listened to your show yesterday as my usual Monday morning, stuck in Sydney traffic, and you had me laughing damn near nonstop. The show really works well when all three of you are online. Anthony, you're 30 now. Go get Imran his walker and stop no-showing on this podcast. Be an adult.
Oh, shit.
I was pleased to hear someone mention...
Millennials.
I was
I like he ends it with be an adult.
Be an adult, smiley face emoji. I was pleased to hear someone mention The Invaders, that the MCU movie I would love to see them make, especially since they have done so well with period pieces in the MCU and DC. It would be a great way to introduce Namor, the original Torch. Don't know how they would do it. They would do Bucky, though. Lucky for you guys, my credit card got hacked. So as a result, I got a new one and repledged on Patreon. Thank you, Wes. Still waiting for you to review DC animated films if you choose. Whatever. He really wants us to do that. We should do that. Any DC animated film. I say we start with like the Red Hood and then just pick one.
I watch him anyway.
I love the Red Hood. Red Hood is awesome.
I think so, Wes. You're
I
going to
own
get
the Red Hood.
You're going to get Scott Pilgrim versus the World and the Red Hood review because you are an awesome patron and listener. He finishes, also, I've never been able to work out lyrics of the first verse of the intro Jock and Nerd song. He says, I get Jock and Nerding, I got. After that, no fucking clue.
Do you know what it's from? Do you know what the words are?
I think so. He says, no fucking clue how I go through most of my life. It's Jockin' and Nerdin', spoiler alertin', Jockin' and Nerdin', we're funny disturbing.
I think that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
That's a great description of what you guys do here, too.
It's exactly the show.
Funny and disturbing, yes.
Funny and disturbing. Spoiler alert.
Well, Mike, we sent you a fucking bed of the theme song. Will you rap over that?
Play it
dude, that's what the plan was originally. I was gonna have some shit, but it would have been super hacky if I came up with what I was working on.
But it's
don't play something.
No, I'm gonna actually record. I'm gonna make like a little thing.
Okay.
To it.
Oh, I can't wait. He's gonna make us a song. I can't wait for the Jock and Nerd Mike Ripz fucking track.
Because we need a new fucking intro.
Yeah, wait.
It's gonna be.
That's whack. You can do way better
Mike
than
Ripz,
that.
make us a new intro. Wes finishes saying, love your guests and love that you have grown so much. Mostly I attribute it to the fact that three very different personalities sitting around having a drink in their living room talking and giving each other shit like good friends do. Thanks and keep up the great work with great affection, Wes.
Jock and Nerd.
Thank you so much, Wes Cranford, for listening. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Mike Ripz, tell the listener where they can hit you up, what you want them to do. Where are you online?
Everywhere at Mike Ripz. Follow everywhere. Twitter, Instagram.
MICRIPZ.
Exactly. MICRIPZ. ForeverMissProductions.com is still under construction, but that's coming soon. But everything's everywhere. Kindle app. You could get the Highwayman comic issue 1. Anybody listening out there, you could go and get that right now on worldwide on Kindle app. As well as all the albums are at mikerips.bandcamp.com and Spotify and everywhere.
Right
on.
And
the album comes out next Friday, April 20th, 420 for all the weed smokers.
420, motherfuckers.
Fucking light up and listen to that shit, and let's go.
Hey, listen, thanks a lot for letting us preview your album. We're going to probably sign out with one of your songs. I think we're going to do Flight to Bozeman, right?
Yeah, I'm going to put
There you go.
Flight to Bozeman at the end. It's a great track. Lots of comic book references. It's a great version. And yeah, check out the album, April 20th. Get it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Ruggs, where can they find you online?
Find me at Really Rug Boy on Twitter, where I'll be tweeting. I've been trying to tweet up a storm lately, so get on there and check it out. I've been fucking with people like nonstop.
He's tweeting his felty face off. Also, listener, if you want to hear what it sounds like when I host a trivia game show podcast that's very not safe for work, check out Trivia Geeks Live. New episode is in the feed. I will put a link in the show notes. It's a fun show. And of course, visit our shop, jockandnerd.com/shop, buy a t-shirt. And tell a friend. Spread the geekery. Tell one person and tell them to tell one person. Let's infect everyone with this stupidity. Thanks for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name is Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
Yo, we'll peep you next week. Yo, Mike Ripz, give us one. He does it best. He does it best.
He does.
Yo. That was fun, guys. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
That was awesome.
Yeah. coming from where the monsters dwell. Empty the clip and the bodies fell. Pop a shell like Casey Jones, bat in the back of Raphael. Hard as hell, Gargamel. My opponent's head displayed on a shelf. My saliva flows the way lava melts. Around my shoulders got a lot of belts. Venom spewing meta-human, headless horseman execution. Pugilistic punchline like a younger Lennox Lewis. Turbo boosted rocketeer with your 7 heads on a spear. Bouncers kick me out the club like how the fuck he got in here. Twisted instrumentals makes you visualize the mental. These verses was discovered buried in a hidden temple. Transmit through the matrix, contaminating your playlist. Brain sick, I'm wasted, got more vices than Shane Smith. Creeping through the catacombs, about to snatch the castle gold. Let a ratchet go off the grassy knoll, but they still ain't catch me though. Battletoad, out of control, I'll crash an 8th grade talent show. Microphones, my talents hold, sniff and blow through a plastic nose. Intellectual, super technical, the computer wore tennis shoes. Snatching mics with tentacles, let the poison ooze detectable. Exceptional, in a metal suit, I'm a one-man death metal group. Pedal to the metal with the leather boots, doing donuts in a Reddit coupe. We never lose, I'm telling you. Make Weather's record multiplied by 2. Say you want me to die, say I hope I do. You're salty as some kosher food. Going back to school, I'm over you. In a Spanish villa with an ocean view. Sober 2, sticking my dick in between a cobra 2.
1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1. Don't know the fuck you seen, never seen me run. 5 fold and it's 4, 5 fun. You can beat my flows on it's dope like none.
Mentality megalithic with the capacity of Copernicus. See somebody shining, you wanna turn them in. You're nothing but a worthless snitch for certain. It's that you're a bitch. Remind me of Mike Cernovich. Cerberus so merciless, I'll murder all conservatives. I'm a libtard with a bitch heart, trying to convince you that the shit's art. Reality's about to hit hard, about to give up and quit bars like AA, Mayday, cause a melee with this AK. Don't play, dissing you is as easy as Dre Day. Summon goons like Shadow Moon, boxing with Dr. Doom. Hear the thunder boom coming from the tombs, remotely viewing bending spoons, spinning loop, burning paper. Y'all hate me worse than Christian Leitner, the vertebraker, Terminator, pulverizer, perpetrator. A new hope ain't Luke though. Stage diving when I do shows, creep show or Prometheus. I'm spilling all of your glucose. 2 O's of that white snow, but I don't do coke. Just give me a lot of that blue though, and I'm wildin' harder than Tuco.
1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1. Don't know the fuck you seen, never seen me run. 5 fold and it's 4, 5 fun. You can beat my flows on it's dope like none.
Feel the static zoom, better haul ass to the panic room. My squad of goons, put that beat in the coffin tomb. Chop a blue dream tree up in the chronic fume. My wild style, rival cow, sonic boom. Bada boom, bada bing, you ain't moving, dude, then you're doing not a thing. I'm cruising smooth and superhuman mutant, cool on a lot of pins. Need a big body Benz, you can squeeze all the thick bottom friends. In the backseat, beams like a wins. Celebrating and I drink till I got the spins. I pop the pin, I'm live as a hand grenade. Goddamn the hate, someone stand the shade, so I plan to spray. All these cockroaches like a can of raid. Never not open off a gram of haze. If the cops scoped them, then I ran away. Catch you later, chef and hella flavor when I'm in them flames. Lift the elevator, levitator, Kelly Slater, how I handle waves. Shredding all with better bars, and these guys dry as menopause. You pint size and I'm extra large. Moon rocks got me spaced out. I'm high like I'm next to Mars. But best of all, what you're building, we destroy like wrecking ball.
1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1. Don't know the fuck you seen, never seen me run. 5 fold and it's 4, 5 fun. You can beat my flows on it's dope like